So one, I just want to congratulate everybody on Family Court Awareness Month. We know it's been a journey, changes that we've had to see, everything that we've had to go through. I know some of the stories, testimonies, but it's a beautiful day to be able to come here and celebrate. And before I read the proclamation, I'd just like for a couple people to come up and say why this month means so much to them. Because your journey has not been easy. Your journey has been full of up and downs. And I think at the end of the day that I tell people I learn more climbing up the mountain than I do when I get to the top. And sometimes it's what I learned going up the mountain that helps me win at the end of the day because all the experiences that I've had. And that's why I said this is a great time to be able to honor Family Court in regards to awareness. So I like for a couple people to come on up and say a couple words. Well, you first, Mom. All right, okay. This is all. Yeah. Why they going up together? Okay, let's knock it up.
Hi, my name is Chloe. I'm a middle school student. I've spent 2 years of my life in New Jersey with my abuser, away from my mom and brother. Prior to that, I lived in Pennsylvania. We were forced to move to New Jersey. My sister and I did not know why. I thought back then that we were just moving, but now I know that the family court system sent us to a different state, New Jersey, because the judge gave him permission, even though we had disclosed over and over again to many professionals that we were being sexually abused. This should have never been permitted. A family court judge should not have allowed them to have custody of us, let alone to take us to a different state. The judge just shipped us off like something we didn't want. The things we went through should have never happened. The family court system needs to implement Cadence Law and all that goes with it. Cadence Law is meant to protect children's rights and not take them away. It was written to protect children like me and my siblings. Please make a change for children like us.
All right.
Hi, my name is Amari and I'm in middle school along with my twin sister Chloe. Me and my siblings have gone through sexual abuse from our father for around 7 years. But we are now safe with our mom. 3 years ago, when we were living in Pennsylvania with our abuser, we were informed we were moving to New Jersey with him. New Jersey was a good 5.5 hours away, which separated my mom and brother from us. Little did we know, the judge granted our father a move away. This put me and my sister through even more trauma than before, not knowing if our mom or brother were okay. We would visit my mom every other weekend, and if we got lucky and it landed on a holiday, we got to come back to our home in Pennsylvania. We were supposed to have a FaceTime call every night, but that was limited due to how much we would cry. Every time we would cry, our father, who sat in the call with us, either chose to hang up or would turn off the Wi-Fi. The court system did so much damage to our family that we were scarred for life. The court system can never be forgiven for the horrific damage that they did to our family. This is why I'm speaking out so other families and kids don't have to go through this. Hope this makes an impact, and thank you for giving me the chance to speak up.
Hello, my name is Nova. This is my 3rd year speaking out and accepting the proclamation for Family Court Awareness Month. The first year I spoke out to give strength to my sisters, and it worked. Last year, my sisters and I spoke to get Cadence Law passed in the state of Pennsylvania, and it passed with overwhelming support. This year, I am speaking out for the implementation of Cadence Law. Cadence Law is a law that will help children involved in the family court system by giving children a voice. We used our voices to tell all the professionals over a period of 8 years, and we were ignored and punished for telling the truth. With Caden's Law, there is more training that needs to be implemented for all professionals involved in the family court process. It is important that it is not overlooked. Caden's Law should be used to help children involved now and as well as future generations. This year, in addition to being here and accepting the proclamation for Allegheny County, we also applied to the governor's office for November to be Family Court Awareness Month for the state of Pennsylvania, and it was granted. Thank you for listening to us. Please feel free to ask any questions.
Anybody else?
I think that will,
Does anybody want to see? Anybody want to speak this on it? Is he on there? Is anybody speaking? Okay,
Hi, I'm happy to say a few
Okay.
words.
here we go. There we go. There we go.
Thank you for hosting. And
Oh, we
thank
got an
you.
echo. Hold on.
Oh, okay, I'll hold on a moment. How's that? Are we better? There we go, maybe. Thank you to the mayor's office. My name is Danielle Pollock. I'm the policy manager at the National Family Violence Law Center at GW Law in Washington, D.C. And I just want to applaud all the Pennsylvania advocates and lawmakers and leaders in the mayor's office and Governor Shapiro, and especially all the children and youth and their protective parents who have so courageously fought for the enactment of Caden's Law. It was the first sort of model law that we launched in Pennsylvania and spread to become a federal law that Congress enacted in 2022. And now many states are adopting the provisions. And Pennsylvania was a leader on that. So thank you, everyone who's been involved in that effort to help protect kids in the Commonwealth and all around the country. And thank you to Chloe and Amari and Nova for their courageous willingness to speak out and wanting to speak out. They asked if they could please speak out because they don't want these kind of horrible things to be happening to other children. Their mom and they tried for many years to tell the family courts that it was a dangerous situation for them to be with their dad. And nevertheless, the court minimized those concerns and ordered them to be with their dad. And they were ordered into prolonged abuse that was totally preventable. And sadly, many kids are experiencing something similar in Pennsylvania and around the country. So thank you for your support. Thank you for speaking out. I do have a letter from 3 other child survivors who've sent it to, I don't know if we have time, but I'm happy to read it. It's pretty short. Do we have time for that? Yes. Okay, let me read it for you. This is from a family of 3 children, Drew, Alex, and Kate, who are also a Pennsylvania family. They want people to hear their voices. They said, "We are so glad to be able to have our statement read today. Thank you to the mayor of Pittsburgh and Governor Shapiro and lawmakers for acknowledging how problematic family court is for children like us and for all you are doing to empower children survivors like us and protect us. We have been advocating to be protected from our abuser since 2017. We wrote letters to judges because none of them allowed us to speak out. We have written survivor impact statements outlining and detailing our very serious abuse that we endured since we were young by our abusive father. We have tried to plead for protection before many judges, CPS caseworkers, interviewers, supervisors, prosecutors, and law enforcement who have instead discredited and ignored us and instead concealed the crimes against us. Doctors, therapists, and other healthcare workers have repeatedly tried to protect us and offered to assist prosecutors in criminally prosecuting our abuser. instead of being protected and making decisions that seem, even to children younger than us, like common sense decisions to protect us kids and do what's best for us, we have been ignored and marginalized and made to think that we have no minds of our own, and we have not been permitted to speak in court and have not been permitted to an advocate to speak on our behalf. Instead, we have been assigned people to, quote, decide what's best for us in our lives, as though our mom and we wouldn't know. And these people apparently know what's best for us after only speaking to each of us for a few times briefly. And we have repeatedly filed petitions asking for the attorneys to represent us and help us. We live in fear every single day that our father will come to our school, our safe havens, and our places where we do our school activities, and even to our home, and force us to live with him and continue hurting us, or even send us all to a reunification treatment or camp. He did it to our youngest sibling, so what is stopping him from doing it to all of us? We are so glad Caden's Law is now mandatory in Pennsylvania, but let's face it, there's still more work to be done. Judges need to be trained and exposed when they do not follow the laws, when they refuse to protect children and order us into harmful situations. There needs to be mandatory education for judges that's based on evidence-based material. And thank you again, and thank you to our friends and fellow survivors for continuing to speak out and stand up for kids like all of us. We so appreciate all of you. Thank you.
Now, whereas children deserve to be both feel safe in their communities, and domestic violence is a callous and a pervasive in home and communities, impacting people of all race, genders, and ages. And whereas there is no greater responsibility than ensuring the health, well-being, and safety of our children, so that each children can grow up in a nurturing environment. And whereas we honor the lives of children lost due to violence in the home, we recognize the importance of family court system, and the critical role it has played in keeping our children safe. And whereas the mission of Family Court Awareness Month is to increase awareness of the importance of individual-based education and training on domestic violence and child abuse, as per Caden's laws, including training or physical, emotional, and sexual abuse, as well as the childhood trauma, the control of others over people, and post-separation abuse from all professionals working on the cases within family court system. Now, therefore, it be resolved that I, the mayor of the city, honor you today. And who am I giving this to? Okay, let me give it to y'all. Good morning. In our most livable city. Thank you for your perseverance. Thank you. Let's get a picture of them right here. Let me slide this out the way. Slide me out the way that time. Go ahead up to y'all. Go ahead up. Here y'all. There you over there. One. Okay, Millie, get on one side, get on the other. Well, you should come up too. You should come up too. Come on, you come up too. Yeah, you come up too.
That's all for the ceremony.
Yeah. You come up too. I know how long you've been working with me. I remember the first meeting we had. Yeah, no, thank you. Listen, let me pay attention.
1, 2, 3.